Let me
I'll let
start.
you do that.
I think it's recording already. Okay. Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's recording. It says recording.
Wonderful. It
Okay.
works.
Okay, great. So nice to meet you. Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
¿Cómo está todo? Cuéntame.
How am I doing today, right?
Could
Totally.
be.
What am I? Yeah. Soy, like I said, así.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing
So
okay.
we don't say
Mhm.
así. Okay,
Yeah.
así is
So.
the literal translation for so. Okay, kind
Okay.
of literal. So it doesn't work in this context. The actual translation will be más o menos, like more or
Más
less.
o menos.
Okay, so
Okay.
más o menos.
Más o menos.
Sí.
Okay.
Oh, Dios.
Gracias.
So más o menos.
Thank you. Gracias. ¿Cómo
Okay.
estás usted? Is that?
Okay. So cuando yo digo, when I say ¿cómo estás? I'm speaking about tú. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Tú
No,
is
me.
the second person, is you.
Sí.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to ask about usted,
Yeah.
okay, you know that we have two different forms of referring to a person in Spanish, right? We have tú for like, I don't know, like friends, family, okay? And we have usted, which is a formal one.
Okay.
Es formal. Para personas que no conoces, for people you don't know, or maybe your boss, or, okay, in some countries, your parents.
With you, would I use formal or not formal, since I don't know you, but like at what point do you use formal versus not formal?
Okay, so it actually depends on the culture. In Colombia, we are very friendly, so we are not like usted at all. Okay, in some parts of Colombia, as Medellin or Bogota, do you know Colombia? Yeah, so okay, so Medellin and Bogota, they use a lot of usted, even with their friends and family. But in some other parts of the country, like the coast, la costa, okay, we use a lot of tú. So even though I started when we said hello to each other, I said ¿Cómo estás? So I was talking to you like in a tú form. Okay, because we are like very friendly, and usted is a little formal, right?
Okay.
So yeah, it actually depends on how you feel with the person. If you feel with a lot of confidence, or the person gives you some confidence, that you can treat them like with tú. It's not like it's not that heavy, but there's a difference. So for example, like any person on the street can tell you like, okay, usted sabe dónde queda la policía? Do you know where the police station is? Okay, so they may say usted, not tú. Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay, muy bien. So, cuéntame, ¿cuánto tiempo has estudiado español? For how long have you been studying Spanish?
Right. Let's see. Estudio español para 3 años en escuela secundaria.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Coming back to me. Pero, that was 20 años ago. So.
Okay, so let me show you how we say that. Okay, so voy a mostrarte. I'm going to show you. Aquí. Okay, this is a worksheet sample. We use it a lot in our classes for to explain things that are not in our material to our students. So in here, ago is not a word in Spanish, so it doesn't exist like literally. So for example, if I want to say 3 or 20, okay, let's say 20 years ago, we need to say hace 20 años. Okay, so the ago will be hace in Spanish. Hace means some time or a lot of time happened. Okay, so hace 20 años yo
estudié, because of past tense, right?
Yeah, past tense. Yo estudié español.
Can you make sure that your screen recording is getting this and not my face?
Sure, how can I see that?
I think if you click on it in the corner, it might make it larger.
No.
No? It's okay if not.
Okay, it says it says recording this computer, so I assume it's recording the screen. Let me check.
Okay.
No, I think it's doing it.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So what was the question again?
So hace 20 años yo estudié past tense español en escuela secundaria. Is that or secundario?
Exacto, escuela secundaria, because escuela
es
femenino. Muy bien.
Yeah, femenino.
Muy bien. Perfecto.
Gracias.
So, hace 20 años yo estudié español.
Hace 20 años yo estudié español.
Yeah, porque estudio es presente.
Estudio versus estudié.
Exacto. Estudié, pasado, estudio, presente.
Do a lot of people when they're learning Spanish have a hard time, and like if you're listening to them, you just know, okay, they're learning Spanish. They've got their tense wrong.
Okay, but it depends a lot. So what we do at Spanish VIP is that we personalize lessons. Okay, so we work on what the student knows and wants to know. Okay, so that's why I was asking you like some information about your background because I needed something to work with. So what we do is that we start with the present tense, and once you know a lot, like how to work with the present tense, like you know how to describe people, how to talk about what you're doing. Then we start with the other tenses in order for you to not get confused, right? That's like the main goal. But yeah, sure. Like a lot of people when they're learning Spanish, in fact, we have 4 past tenses. So this is very hard for different students because, okay, in English you have was, okay, and in Spanish we have era, fue, había sido, and he sido. Okay. Of course, we have been for the he sido part, but it's counted as another past tense. So the differences among those 4 past tenses is really difficult for some students.
Sí. Okay.
Yeah. So, ¿recuerdas cuál fue la parte más difícil del español en tu escuela?
Repita, por favor.
Okay. So, ¿recuerdas? Do you remember? ¿Recuerdas cuál fue la parte más difícil? What was the most difficult part de español cuando estabas en la escuela, like from Spanish back when you were to school?
I think it was kind of more or less kind of the tenses, like verb conjugation got more and more complex as you're talking, like you said, with past tense. And when you're still learning, you know, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, all, they, and then all of a sudden it's like, and also past tense. So I just decided I'm just not going to talk about my past.
Yeah, sí. In English is diferente. In English is different because we use a lot of auxiliaries, but in Spanish we don't have a lot of auxiliaries. So that means we have, each time we need to use a different tense, we need to use a different form of a verb. Okay, so even in the conditional part, we never use some auxiliaries as the would. But we transform the verb in a verb in conditional form, and that's a different conjugation.
Wow.
Yeah, so you have to learn a lot of conjugations.
Sure.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
I think the thing that I liked most, me gusta mucho, as learning words. Like I like the idea of like learning all the cognates and learning all the words, and that's fun for me. Like just kind of almost like the spelling test, the test where it was like, what is this word? Was that word? Was that word? Is fun for me, and I think a lot of those I've forgotten because I haven't taken it in so long, and I haven't been able to practice it.
Oh, really?
No practice. Was it practiceer? No. So.
No.
Practico.
Practico, muy bien. Or en pasado no practiqué.
Yeah. Sí.
Okay. Sí. Yeah. It's possible olvidar. It's possible to forget a lot of things if you don't practice them. And of course, vocabulary. It's muchas palabras. In Spanish, we have words like almost for everything. Like, no. Sí. Okay. And what was the hardest part of it? Like listening, writing.
Again, I think just the conjugation, trying to get the
Yeah,
sentences
just the
correct.
conjugation.
I
Sí.
wound up, yeah. It was easy to remember a bunch of words. I liked doing that. And then it was easy to kind of be able to hear and understand what people are saying. Because once you kind of know the words, you can get context clues and be like, okay, I understood 6 of the 10 words. I know what the sentence was about. But then obviously it's going to be harder to speak it than it is to write it.
Claro, claro, sí. Yeah.
So.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. It's great because I probably went to Mexico 3 times last year, and it was surprising. And actually it was very hard because I lived in Europe for a few years. So when you start practicing other languages, there's a lot of cognates, which is great. But then at first you start pulling up words from other languages when you start thinking, what's the word for? No, that's German. No, that's French. That's Flemish.
Sí.
So anyway.
¿Hablas otros idiomas?
Repeat them. Sorry.
¿Tú hablas otros idiomas?
No, not well. No. I can order food in other languages.
Okay.
So that's about it.
Okay, amazing. Wow. So which other languages? Like German or French?
I lived in Germany. So and unfortunately there was 50. I lived in a military community, so there's 50,000 Americans there. So really, I didn't get as much interaction with the German culture as I would have liked. It was a lot of when you go out to eat, when you ask for directions. But yeah, you would find yourself walking in after taking 3 years of Spanish, then living in Germany. You'd want to ask for the baño, and you're like, no, that's not it. I need the Wassercloset or whatever. That sort of thing.
Wow, great, genial, super. Yeah, learning another language is difficult. And the cognates, we have a lot of false cognates with English. So, for example, we have actual, which in Espanol is actual.
Sí.
Okay, so actual in Spanish means current.
Sure.
Okay, and like actual means like real in English, right? Sí. So in Spanish, a lot of people say okay, I am actually studying a bachelor's degree in a university, because they like the word is the same, but the meaning is different. So we have a lot of like funny moments with some students, like talking about cognates, because it's like it's crazy. Like you have to be very creative with these words in order to know which one to use in what context. And we have something that makes it heavier, and it's that in some countries the words have different meaning. So if you say something in Colombia that maybe it's good, it may not be good in Mexico. So so you're going to like to I don't know, in Colombia we say pasar pena. Pasar pena. That would be like you're going to be like you're going to be doing, or you're going to be saying ridiculous things, like stuff like people is going to like, what are you saying? So in Colombia we say pasar pena, like you are going to pasar pena anyway, because it's like the expressions are different in different countries. Yeah, total.
Like I said, I took 3 years in high school and some in college, and my wife minored in Spanish, so she can read a novel in Spanish, una novela.
Oh, ¿en serio?
Pero, visitar, yo visito España, and the language was very different. So like I studied kind of how to go to Mexico and speak, and then I went to Spain right after that and had no idea how to communicate. So it's very similar.
Sí, es muy like el español es muy diferente. Like it's pretty different. We even sometimes make fun of some Spanish dub for movies, because the title is really different, and we are like, what? Is that Spanish?
Yeah,
Pero
yeah.
sí, es muy, muy diferente por las culturas, like because of the culture. Sí, totalmente.
So I go to Mexico maybe 3 times a year to go to a resort. Maybe you could teach me what I would say to the person when I met with the driver and going to the resort. What would be some just expressions and things that would be nice for communication?
For communication, like in a car, in an Uber.
Sí.
Okay, let's learn that. So, what would be the first thing you say when you're like asking for an Uber?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Okay, muy bien. Like the Uber arrives and you say, hola, ¿cómo estás? Okay, and I'm going to be the Uber driver and I say, bien, ¿y tú?
I usually say así, así, or bueno, let me see. Then, yeah, what would I say next to that? Like, how do you carry
So
that
you would say
conversation on?
bien or más o menos. Remember, más o menos.
Right, thank
Never
you.
así, así, más o menos.
Right, más o menos.
Okay? So, bien, más o menos. Okay. So, yo diría, I would say, ¿dónde lo llevo?
Okay. Is that where do you live or where's llevo?
Llevo is llevar. You remember llevar?
No.
Okay, so this question would be, where would I take you? Or where would you want to go?
Okay. So I'm going to say, I'm trying to think of the name of a resort that I might stay at, but we'll just say sandals, por favor. I don't know.
Okay, so that place, por favor.
Right.
Okay, what else would you like to ask? Or
so maybe
say?
I'll ask, what is your name?
Okay. ¿Cuál es tu, remember?
Nombre. Yeah, nombre. ¿Cuál es tu nombre?
Okay, mi nombre es Angie. ¿Cuál es el tuyo?
I didn't catch what you said, but I'm gonna guess you said, what is your name, right?
Muy bien. So I say.
So can you repeat it so I can hear it? So what did you say?
Claro. So I say, mi nombre es
No, mi
Angie.
nombre es Andrés, por favor.
Okay.
And yeah, so mi nombre es Andrés. So what is?
So, ¿cuál es el tuyo?
So
What's
tuyo.
yours? This
yours.
one is a possessive pronoun. Okay. So in this case, I'm asking, what's yours?
Sure.
I am not asking what is your name. I'm asking what's yours.
Okay. Gracias. Okay. Mi nombre es Andrés, Andy.
Okay.
Adam online. So, I mean, I feel like that's where I get stuck again with the drivers. I only know the things that I've been taught in class. So it's like, do you ask them their age, where they're from? That's kind of too personal for a driver. You know what I mean?
Okay, see?
So I don't know what you would ask.
So what about the weather?
Okay. Oh, man. I'm going through like you could ask them the cost of the ride. ¿Cuánto es? What is the cost?
Okay, we can ask ¿cuánto vale?
¿Cuánto vale?
Okay, so ¿cuánto vale the ride? So, la carrera. Okay, ¿cuánto vale la carrera?
Vale is the verb for valer, apparently.
Exacto, like vale is valer.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't a literal expression. Okay. So if you would like to ask for the cost.
¿Cuánto costa?
Muy bien. ¿Cuánto cuesta? Okay. Or you can also say ¿cuál es el costo? Because cost and costo are similar. Okay. So ¿cuál es el costo de la carrera?
Right.
Okay. Muy bien.
El costo.
¿Cuál es el costo? Ok. Y yo puedo decir, vale 500 pesos mexicanos.
Sí.
So what will you answer?
Bien, gracias.
Okay.
Something like
bien,
that. Like,
gracias.
good, thank you.
Sí. Okay. And what about if I ask, ¿cuánto tiempo lleva en México?
What temperature is it in Mexico, right?
No, no, but almost.
Tiempo. What time? Tiempo. So is that what time do we arrive?
Oh, no. So cuánto, you remember cuánto?
When? Is that when?
When is cuándo. Okay, cuánto, cuándo.
Yeah.
Okay. So cuánto is how much.
Okay.
Okay, or how many.
Time.
¿Cuánto tiempo lleva? Okay. This is
Are
a
you in
compound
Mexico? You're
expression.
asking me that. Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking how much time have you been?
How much time am I in Mexico? Oh, have been.
Have you been? Yeah. That was the actual class I prepared for today. But after you answered this question, I explained deeper on that, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So like I guess easily I would just say something like tres días.
Okay. Tres días. Okay. Yeah. And if I ask ¿cuánto tiempo va a quedarse?
Okay, so I'm going to take context clues, and what we learned from last time is how much time are you staying here? But I don't know what. Yeah. So what is quedarse? Is that right?
Yeah, quedarse is to stay.
Quedarse.
But we have this small particle, which makes quedar a reflexive verb. Reflexive verbs are used when the action we want to express is going to be taken for the subject to the subject. Okay? So I'm going to stay myself, right?
Sure.
It's a little confusing, but we use those verbs like bañarse, like to clean myself, or peinarse, to comb my hair, okay? Cepillarse los dientes, because they are actions that you do on yourself, okay?
Okay. So why would it be used in cuánto tiempo va a quedarse? I'm sure I said that wrong, but if it's reflective, if they're asking how long am I staying there, like they're asking it to me, why would they say that in the time that it's reflexive?
Oh, yeah. In this case, we need to use this expression with quedarse because the verb quedar alone does not work for staying.
Okay.
Okay? Quedarse means a state of maybe like your body, right? So we need to use it always.
Sure.
So quedarse dormido is to fall asleep. But here I'm referring to a state of the body, okay? Quedarse parado is to stand, okay? I'm referring to a position in the body, right? So I need to use quedarse in this case because the action is going to be performed by you over your own body, so you're going to stay in Mexico, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so ¿cuánto tiempo va a quedarse?
Okay, ¿cuánto tiempo va a quedarse? So how long am I going to stay at? So could I say quedarse 3 años? Here for 3 years.
Okay, in this case, when we are talking from ourselves, we need to replace this particle for me.
Quedarme.
Okay, muy bien. So voy a quedarme.
Right, voy a quedarme para 3 días. We'll say 3 days again.
Okay, 3 days again. So in this case, when we talk about time, we always use por. Okay, por 3 días, por un año, por una semana, por una hora, por 5 minutos. Okay, esperé por una hora. I waited for an hour, right?
Por. Yeah, sí.
Okay, siempre tiempo, always with time, por.
Sí.
Okay?
Yeah. I feel like some of these things will, because this guy hasn't practiced it in so long, like if I did this regularly, you would just hear pour and you'd know, okay, that's time, right? Or you just do time and it just comes very naturally. But it's just been a while.
Yeah, totally. So with time, we always use por. Don't worry. In SpanishVIP, like the methodology tries to integrate a lot of learning points. So I don't know if you have noticed, we have talked about a lot of things, even grammatical stuff, and I try to integrate it to one single class in order to prevent the student to commit any mistakes like while he is like paying attention to other topics, right? So what
Sure.
we do is to correct and try to integrate all the learning process into this.
I love it. I really like it. That's a great process.
Yeah,
I feel like
because then
if you were to
will
do this
remember.
regularly, you could really learn quickly.
Totally, because you will remember, and then whenever you made the same mistake, okay, I'm going to say again, do you remember? Por is just for time, okay?
Yeah.
Or always with time, por, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Muy bien.
Por.
Muy bien. So, ¿cuánto tiempo va a quedarse? You say, voy a quedarme por 3 días. And if I say, ¿por qué tampoco? Do you understand?
Why tampoco? No.
Okay. So
Why are you staying here type of thing? Why are you here?
Okay, I am asking why. Okay, ¿por qué?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that question, I am asking you, why are you staying for a short amount of time? Like it's a short amount of time. ¿Por qué tampoco?
So what is the
Or why
literal
so
translation
little?
of tampoco? Poco, like un poco, so small, for a little amount of time, so little. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
So ¿por
sense.
qué tampoco? Why so little, or little time, or okay, or a little period?
Yes. Yo necesito trabajo. Is there a future tense trabajo? Trying to think. On viernes. I need to work on
Viernes.
Wednesday or
Okay,
something. 3 days, whatever it would be.
Okay.
Yo necesito trabajo viernes, I guess.
Okay. So look, here we have another small topic. After verbs necesitar. Oh my God. Okay. After verbs necesitar, okay, we always use infinitive form.
Okay.
So, necesito trabajar. We don't conjugate.
Okay.
Necesito trabajar el viernes.
Okay.
Okay. Or maybe necesito comer antes de ir. I need to eat before I go.
Oh.
Okay.
I need to eat before I go. What?
Yeah. So, for example, necesito comer antes de ir a la piscina.
I thought you were saying that's why I had to leave in 3 days. I'm like, why do I have to leave in 3 days?
No.
That makes no sense.
No. This is a random example. I used to demonstrate that we always use infinitive form with necesitar. Okay.
Gracias.
So, for example, necesito estudiar antes de mi examen. Okay.
And to study for my exam. Okay, so necesito. So the first word in that you would have to conjugate to first person. Necesito para estudiar, no conjugation, antes de mi examen. So I have to study for my exam.
Exacto. This is called a perífrasis verbal. Okay, this was our topic for today. Esto se llama perífrasis verbal. Okay,
right.
This is the combination of two verbs that generate a different meaning. Okay, so if I put together these two verbs, I'm letting the other person know that this is a need I have, right?
Sí.
And that's why with the combination, one of the two verbs doesn't need any conjugation.
Sí.
Okay.
Makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yep.
Muy bien, muy bien. So, for example, the easiest perífrasis verbal of all is ir a plus infinitive.
Sí.
Okay? So, this perífrasis is the going to.
Wonderful. You can probably stop recording now. I think I have enough footage to show.
Oh, really?
But,
okay.
Yeah. But I love it.
Okay, great. So, do you have any questions before?